Hey guys, what's up? What's happening? You got the King of Games 98 here at your service. How you doing? Hope y'all are doing good and staying safe. And before I get to this video, I just want to state this because, unless you follow me on Twitter X, then you probably won't have known this. So, I haven't been putting out videos at all for like 2 weeks now. And normally I start off the whole month of December with all Christmas themed videos. And that's what I do the whole month of December. However, at the beginning of this December, I got really badly sick. And it kind of took me out of commission for a little bit. And then not too long after I was sick, then my dad got sick. So that is basically why I have not been uploading any new videos onto my YouTube channel, let alone Christmas themed videos. So I apologize for that. Thank you for understanding. And without further ado, let's get to today's video, which is a Christmas themed movie review video. And that is A Christmas Carol from 1954 in black and white. Now, I'm going to start off this movie review by saying me and my parents, we did not own this movie for a long time. I think we just bought this movie within the last 2 or 3 years because what happened was me and my parents started going through our Christmas movies, and whatever was on VHS, we tried to buy on DVD, which I think was smart. And my dad bought this off of eBay, and we watched it and enjoyed it. And I figured I would do a review video on it. So it's just the, story of A Christmas Carol with Ebenezer Scrooge being haunted by three ghosts. And, he must change his ways or else he will die. And, not live a good life and will be known for that. And Tiny Tim will also die. So, I'm not really going to talk about the story because the story is basically the same. What I like to talk about with different versions of the Christmas Carol movie is how they are done differently and the different actors and all of that. So that's what I'm mainly going to be focusing on in this movie review video. So it stars Frederick March and Basil Rathbone, which I will be completely honest, I never heard of either of these people in my life. We're going to get back to them in a few minutes though. So I'm going to talk about everything I liked about this movie, or well, I should say about this version of A Christmas Carol. So the whole movie is in black and white, which I already stated. However, this movie shot on black and white film looks great, and I feel like it really enhances the look and feel of this movie. In the very beginning, there's a transition that starts out with Christmas carolers singing in the streets, and then it transitions from that scene to a person in a bookstore buying a hardback book copy of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. I liked that. That was a cool little nod, and I thought that made for a really cool transition in the very beginning of the movie. Nephew Fred gives his Uncle Ebenezer Scrooge a speech in this version of A Christmas Carol when he comes to his business and extends him an invitation to join him and his wife for a Christmas dinner. And he gives him this whole speech, and it was actually a really good speech. And I don't know if that's only in this version of A Christmas Carol or if it has been put in other versions, but I really liked it, and I felt like I should make it a point to say that. Okay, we got to talk about Jacob Marley's Ghost. Now, again, this movie is from 1954, and Jacob Marley's Ghost looked amazing. both as the ghost, where he's kind of like you can see through him, and when he's not and just a regular person. He looked amazing. Now, two things I want to mention. For whatever reason, this version of A Christmas Carol does not. The ghost of Christmas Past did not take Scrooge back to when he was a child, but instead took him back to when he was, I guess, a young adult working at Fezziwig's. And then there is just no ghost of Christmas Future. Instead, that when the movie gets to that scene, it instead shows Scrooge going to the graveyard and finding his own grave. And then promptly, his grave is adjacent to Tiny Tim's grave. Yeah. I mean, the scene was still very powerful, but there was no ghost of Christmas Future, which I didn't understand why there wasn't, when in every version of A Christmas Carol there's always three ghosts: Christmas past, present, and future. So I don't really know why they did it like that, but they did. Now, going back to talking about Frederick March and Basil Rathbone, I looked them both up because I wanted to see if they starred in any other popular or famous movies that I might know. And of course, they both did. So I made a little list here, and I'm going to go through them. So Frederick March was in the 1931 version of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, which I bet was really good. He also starred in the 1937 version of A Star is Born. He starred in the 1935 version of Les Mis. And he was in The Man in the Gray Suit from 1956, and also starred in The Werewolf from 1956. Now, as for Basil Rathbone, he starred in multiple Sherlock Holmes movies from the 30s to the 40s, which I thought was pretty cool. He starred in The Hound of the Baskervilles from 1939. He starred in Son of Frankenstein, also from 1939. And last but not least, he voiced a character in Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad from 1949, which, don't quote me, but I think was produced by Disney, but I could be wrong on that statement. Yeah, so without further ado, guys, I like this version of A Christmas Carol. I really do. I mean, I can let the Ghost of Christmas Past not taking Scrooge back to when he was a child, I can let that slide. However, having no Ghost of Christmas Future at all present in this movie, that's just really bothering me. It really is. So my final rating for the 1954 version of A Christmas Carol is going to be an 8 out of 10. Thanks for watching, guys, and let me know down below in the comments section if you've watched this version of A Christmas Carol before. Thanks for watching, and take care.